Hey, hey, happy day. Every country has their share of left-wing wackos, right? And with regard to Canada, Justin Trudeau, when he was born, his mother should have given him away and kept the stork. Would have been a better deal for everybody because it ain't very nice with what he's doing to the country, but the same goes for America and so many other countries. There's a long list, but we need to fix that. I have had enough. I am just so fed up with all of this nonsense, all of these scoundrels and scamps that are in places of high office, and they're just screwing everybody. And everybody being the citizenry, not them, not their little group. I mean, they're all benefiting. They have all of this high-class kind of living stuff, and it comes from us, and they're supposed to work. It's like hiring a painter, and he goes out and he does the plumbing, and he does a bad job of that, and you have leaks, and it leaks down. It hurts your neighbors, hurts everybody, and these goofs were hired to do something else. They don't do their job very well. They're not good at it. California, let's talk now about left-wing wacky people. It was never a slave state, right? Never. San Francisco says, hey, but you know what? We're proposing to pay every black resident of our city $5 million. $5 million because we treated them badly. Firstly, we didn't. But hey, that's what they're saying. If this gets through, I got to tell you, I think I'm going to smother myself with a pillow. This is insane. And in addition to that, they're saying because black people have more problems than other people with regards to student loans and so on, paying money back to banks, we're going to forgive all of that for each and every person. So when you do that, where does the money come from? It comes from white folk. White folk 150, 160, 170 years later from the slave issue. And California wasn't a slave state anyway, and certainly San Francisco as a city was not. But you have this left-wing-ism that's happening. This isn't right. Now you have some black people that are saying it's not enough. Okay. What's happening here? What is happening? The world is upside down. Have you had enough? I've had enough. I mean, now you got this Biden kid, what's his name? Hunter. You know he's a drug addict, right? You know he's kind of a loser in life. Right? Does anybody get that? And this guy, he's worth a lot of money. You have to do the wealth test on he and his father's brothers, the entire family. They're extremely wealthy. How did that happen? Okay, I'm okay with wealth. Wealth is good. Entrepreneurship, it's good. All of that. But when your path in life is to work for your citizens, the citizens of your nation, of your country, and you get a job and you get a check, you're on 24/7. That goes with it, right? That's the deal. And so let's look at Biden. He's worked, 50 years for government. You need to go in and have a wealth test with all of these guys, these politicians. The news is, though, of course, you won't have any left. But hey, how come you're worth tens and tens and tens of millions of dollars when you were only making this much and you've been doing it for 50 years? And you don't have time to get a part-time job at Starbucks or anything else like regular people because you ain't regular because you're in the government, right? And then look at his kid and look at his brothers. The money these people have. And here's a bat, B-A-T, bat virus. A lot of other things come to mind. Wordage with bat something crazy. Hey, say it out loud. I mean, here's a company that Hunter Biden has, and he wrote a check for $500,000 saying that let's fix this bat virus or some such. I don't know. He's got many companies. Many of them are in the Ukraine and in Russia, where there's a lot of things going on in the world today, but he's been there. And he gets huge money, like millions and millions of dollars. And what's his ability to work? You're in recovery places all the time, and detox places, and you're just not a nice guy. And that's wrong. It's corrupt. And then swing over to Canada. I mean, the Trudeau Foundation. Let's have a look into that and see how much money is there. You need to have committees. They all want to be global, all of they being these left-wing people. So let's go global with regard to this one thing. UN, you think you're so cocky and you think you're so smart. Why don't you form a committee and go into every politician in every country's bank account, find out what he has, check his net worth, find out where the money came from, follow the money, and you're going to find corruption. UN, you're corrupt too. You should, But it's true. Have you had enough? I have had enough. Everybody's had enough. It's time to do something. We got to get rid of these scoundrels here, because all they do is talk about stupid things, climate change and so on, and I'll get to that in a second. But with regards to transgenderism and homosexualism, I mean, that's the big thing. It's into conversionism, and they want everybody to do that. Or way back when, it was in the 70s, Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, great show for little kids. He sang a song. I don't think I'll sing it for you, but I'm going to tell it to you. And he was on the Johnny Carson show in, I think, 1980. And Carson said, what are you doing? Back then, it wasn't trendy. And he said, Mr. Rogers, he said, you know what? It's coming. And people are starting to act funny. Boy, did he ever nail that one. Here was his song. Boys are boys from the beginning. Girls are girls right from the start. Everybody's fancy, everybody's fine. Your body's fancy, and so is mine. Well, maybe not mine, but yours. Girls grew up to be the mummies. Boys grew up to be the daddies. Everybody's fancy, everybody's fine. Your body's fancy, and so is mine. And he went on to say that boys are boys when they're born, and girls are girls, and they should stay that way and kind of get over it, because we all have our little things. Blah, 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 blah. You get it. But the world is kind of moving around. Lastly of the day, still talking about the liberals. I've always said this, electric cars. They want everything to be electric. It can't work. I mean, what can possibly go wrong? I'm stuck in traffic and my battery runs out of juice. What do? You can't bring a tank of gas. Can you bring me a tank of electricity? I don't think so. All these big windmills that are killing birds every minute, are they going to help me? I don't think so either. What's going to happen right now? Finally, electric cars now have become more expensive to operate than gas cars in the US. And in Canada and northern US, where it's cold, the cars don't work, they don't start. So there's a problem coming here. And the government hasn't even got their mitts in here yet, because their whole thing has been, let's have a clean world, and it's cheap. Plug in your car, it doesn't cost anything. You wake up every morning with a full tank of gas, right? Well, here's what's happening. They have destroyed the gasoline business. I mean, it's all taxes. And now they're going to do the same thing with electric cars. You know it, everybody knows it. They're going to hit us hard. Pretty soon you won't be able to afford to go to the store. You'll have to walk. And then they'll say, but that was the intent always anyway, because we want good health. We don't want, wow. Leftism, I've had enough. We got to get rid of these pikers. That's another day. I'm choked up just listening to myself about these people. We need a strong politician. We need a Churchill. We need a Ronald Reagan. We need a Donald Trump. We need somebody to fix all of this mess. Hey, y'all come back. See ya.